My name is Jimmy, his name is Jake, and this is the Weekly Dumb. Jake, how do you do?
Jim, I'm doing unbelievable. How are you doing?
I'm doing unbelievable.
Oh, okay, Marchand.
Inside joke for us hockey fans.
Andrew and Brad.
And the other sports?
Jim, in sports, we'll get to other sports later. Thousands of bees delay the Dodgers Diamondbacks game, and a beekeeper comes to the rescue, and he has a good time.
He was at his son's Little League game, I think. Had to leave.
Yeah.
I think MLB stadiums need to train someone to be their bee guy. 2 hours is too long to wait.
I don't know if every team would need that. For me, this is a good time. It's a weekend game. People are looking for excuses to get drunk. We'll talk about horse racing and NASCAR coming up. And if you're at a bee delay game, what are you supposed to do?
The line I liked was the guy said, it said that he took the bees and brought them to an undisclosed, where he took the bees and he brought them and released them in an undisclosed location.
Right.
His house.
Zach, he enjoys it a little too much for me. They invite him to throw out the first pitch. He does like a big beekeeper reveal. I want my beekeeper being only about bees, and this guy's not.
Well, beekeepers are like the jocks of the science community. They're about the fame.
Literally no comment. You've offended beekeepers and the science community in one swoop.
I don't care about offending the science community.
Right, I know.
Beekeepers I want on my side.
This beekeeper likes bees, man.
Yeah. He likes bees. And
tell them about the Almost a Breakdown, Jim.
Almost a Breakdown was a play in this game. We were actually watching it at the office, and we all saw it and said,
not that game, this game.
This game, the Almost a Breakdown. This happened. Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA.
3, 2, 1,
5. It's got enough that it's not like a dud of a hyphenated long name, but it's almost, it confuses me.
Crow.
He's running to second base, takes his helmet off himself, and then slides into second and touches second base. Now, I think if he didn't do the helmet, he would have been safe anyway. So I think that's why in this instance, the umpires were like, that's fine, totally cool. But they called the MLB front offices, and MLB front offices said, we have no written language around this specific instant, but you can't use your equipment to gain an advantage. So it should have been out.
Jim, PCA is on the front lines of something that I'm trying to lead, banning the oven mitt.
Yeah.
This is the oven mitt.
You also, catchers can't use their mask to corral a ball.
Sure.
That's using the helmet to like help you, and this was using the helmet to help you. I don't know if he did it on purpose. You see a lot of runners, their helmet's about to fall, so they catch it. But it just looked like...
It didn't look like his first time, though.
No, he knew what was happening.
He knew what was happening.
And it definitely just took everyone... It's so odd that the game's been around for so long, and every now and then you see something, and you're like, I've never seen that before. And MLB's like, we don't have a rule for that.
That's not legal,
instance.
though.
But definitely no.
Yeah.
They didn't say that, so the Mets got.
Obviously. That's all they do.
And they got swept in the next series.
It's a franchise of getting got.
Back to the more sports.
Jim, more sports brought to you by
Shady Rays. Go get yourself a custom pair. These are mine. Those are Jake's. I got Jomboy Media on the inside. Almost a Breakdown here.
Buy sunglasses. It's almost summer. Jim, in more sports, it was a close race festival between the Kentucky Derby and your guy Mystic Dan, and Kyle Larson wins Kansas's NASCAR closest race ever, and there's a new Crooked Ways video. Look at Zach running down the stairs.
That's your favorite part, huh?
Good races, really good races. The better race for me is the Derby, because the announcer has one of my favorite calls that I hope I remember until I die, and I will forget tomorrow because I kind of forget it already, but he's going, the winner's gonna be, it's a photo finish at the Derby. That's the call, Zach. Put the actual audio in, because that was a good impression by me.
Pretty close.
Oh, it's a photo of the Derby!
Pretty close, and I love that call so much. And then later on, another jockey comes by the dude who wins, and he says, congratulations, House.
Congratulations, House.
And I love that. So horse culture has a lot more for me to offer than NASCAR culture, so I'm choosing the horse race as the better race.
And then in NASCAR, we get a little rub in his racing at the finale, which is kind of like a little scary at first because you're like, wait, you're in vehicles going 200 miles per hour. And then Larson, his team thought they lost, and he was on his mic giving everyone like, the good job, team. Like, we ran a hell of a race today. And then they found out they won, and they're like, that's even better.
And I had it.
Jim had it.
I said, blue won, and then everyone else was celebrating. I said, oh, I'm wrong. And then I wasn't wrong. Had it by a bumper, which I don't know if they say that.
Closest race ever. 0.01.
I like the triple finish in NASCAR a couple weeks ago better.
What's this not sports, Jim?
We're staying with bees.
Yeah.
You mean like bees on the field? Well, this North Carolina child heard a monster in her closet. Said, Mom, Dad, there's a monster in my closet. And they said, no, there's not. No, there's not. There's no monster. She's got to get over this monster stuff. And then they did the thermal radar check, which I didn't even know was part of the bee life. And they found 50,000 bees behind their daughter's wall. The hive, the honeycomb, weighed more than 100 pounds. That's so many bees. The guys came in and they said they just put the hammer through the wall because they're like, whatever, this place needs to get destroyed anyway. Well, let's not be like nice about this. There were streams of bees and the wall where he hit was oozing honey, but it looked like blood because it was really, really dark. So the daughter, turns out, kind of right.
Only right. Yeah, that last part, that's what I wanted to talk about, Jim, because there's a time when you grow up and you realize adults are just the same humans. Like you're a kid and you're like, oh, adults know more stuff. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, they don't. And it's a tough line to let eat as a parent when you're doing the presser and you go, yeah, it looked like blood because it's really, really dark.
Yeah.
In my daughter's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
That one stings. Little fucking bee humor, Zach. It's our employee of the week.
It's our employee of the week. It's the employee of last week. We're announcing it.
I had one.
You do? Because the sheet's blank.
Steve got married. Feels like one of those things we're supposed to celebrate.
Do we do that?
But also, isn't it like you're supposed to invite your boss to the wedding and phone book?
Mr. Nolan gets it?
Oh, we'll reach out again.
Okay, so Steve got it.
Steve and Mr. Nolan.
Steve and Mr. Nolan.
A lot of partials lately.
Particles.
That was the Weekly Dumb!
Today's episode of The Weekly Dumb was brought to you by Shady Rays. 50% off. 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses at shadyrays.com if you use code DUMB. It's summer. Don't hurt your eyes. Protect them. Use code DUMB for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. That offer applies to the custom Jimmy and Jay collab shade. So go get yours now. Dance like a bug. Hey, you ever seen that movie where the guy has a beehive for a head? The horror movie? It's a real not great movie. I think they go to some colony, some island, and there's like an old lore, like a monster there that kills people. But he's got a beehive for a head. So that's maybe show this to that girl. This was what was behind your wall, little one.
Could have been worse.
Could have been this dude.